Hello ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from Radolescence and welcome back to another video. Thank you all very much for tuning in. And in this video, I'm really excited to be sharing with my subscribers my top 10 favorite fragrances. And this is my designer list for the fall of 2016. But before I start, I'm actually gonna make it a nickname. I'm gonna give it the nickname of the Black Tie Affair list. If you take a look at these fragrances, each one of these bottles has either black or gold in them. And it's not something that I did purposely. I didn't do this intentionally. I just put them together. I looked at fragrances from my collection and I said, I want to wear this one in the fall. I want to wear this one in the fall. Call it subliminal, call it what you will. These are fragrances that I am entirely and super ready to be wearing this fall of 2016. I actually also did a niche list, so I'm gonna leave a link to that down below if you're interested in taking a look at that list. Now, I just wanna preface my top 10 by saying these are fragrances that I have in my collection. This is a list that I put together myself. These are the best of the best in my collection and as they cater to my personal taste. I have over 500 fragrances in my collection. I've been collecting since I was 10 years old. I have smelled thousands more, and I had a really difficult time consolidating my list down to just 10 fragrances. But without further ado, let's actually start things off by taking a look at my honorable mention. And I only have one, and I feel really bad that this fragrance didn't make it in the list because it's one of my favorites, and it's Angel Men Pure Havane by Thierry Mugler. Beautiful cherry tobacco kind of a fragrance. Definitely give this one a try. It might be one of my favorite flankers. Pure Malt is up there as well. So with that said, let's go ahead and start it off with my number 10. Now my number 10 is a perfect suit and tie scent. It has a little bit of sweetness. It has some spicy nuances. It has pink pepper in there. It just conveys sensuality all the while maintaining a sophisticated appeal. This one by Bulgari is called Man in Black. I know they've had this, they had the original, they have the extreme, they have Black Cologne, Black Orient, or so many varieties. I have tried this one out and this is by far my favorite of all the flankers. Definitely give this one a shot. Don't sleep on this one. Next one on my list is one that used to be a favorite and used to be much higher up in previous lists. Unfortunately, it has dropped down a little bit, not because I've fallen out of love with it, but because I've fallen in love with other fragrances. And this one is a staple in my collection. You can see just by the level of the juice in the bottle how much I've worn. I mean, every time I do wear it, I carry a decant with me. This one has sweetness. It has a metrosexual feel because of the note of iris. Some people say it smells like lipstick. You already know what it is. It's Dior Homme Intense. Great sensual fragrance. I get a ton of compliments wearing this. It's probably now in my top 10 most complimented fragrances ever. There's something about this that just makes people gravitate towards you. The next fragrance on this list is an improved version of the original, and if you've smelled the original, you know just how good this is. I was actually wearing the original when I proposed to my then fiance, now wife, and I love this smell. This is a great designer tobacco fragrance. I actually prefer it more than Versace's The Dreamer because of the sweet nuances and the warmth and the sexuality that it conveys. This one is called The One by Dolce & Gabbana. It's another fragrance comparable to Pure Havane, but I think this one is actually a little bit better than Pure Havane because it carries with it this sophistication, whereas Pure Havane sort of borrows elements from the original Angel Men, which might have been a little bit too sweet for some people, and it's a little bit too out there. It pushes the envelope a little bit too much, as it were. Number 7 on my list is yet another fragrance that gets high praise in the community, and for good reason. And for the longest time, I have been an advocate of the original. And I was like, no, why would people buy this when they can buy the original? The more and more that I wear it, the more the leather comes out, the more it allows me to be a tougher, more sophisticated version of myself. And this is a fragrance that gives me confidence every time I wear it. It allows me to just really walk with a purpose and walk with conviction. This one by Carolina Herrera is called CH Men Privé. And this is a wonderful, wonderful reinterpretation of the original. I've actually done a review on this as well, so you can go ahead and check that out. But what a fantastic scent. I think you guys see by now that I wasn't lying. All of these have a little bit of black in them and a little bit of gold in them. And we're just gonna go along with that theme. So let's continue with number 6. Number 6 is a recent release, and I rarely get excited and hyped up over flankers, but this is the best flanker of the scent. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. This one is called Armani Code Profumo. And if you haven't tried the original, you don't even need to. Just go straight to this one. You can skip all of the other variations and flankers and whatnot. This does things in such an improved way with the added sweetness and all of the other nuances that it carries forth. What a fantastic scent. It's one of the few designer fragrances that I smell it and I'm like, this is what a gentleman should smell like. The next one on my list is not a mainstream designer, although it has received praise in the community and people know the brand, but this one is Armaf, and it's called Club de Nuit Intense for Men. This one smells 95% similar to Creed's Aventus, and I have smelled a lot of its flankers, and I would go as far as saying this is probably the closest one. I don't think I've smelled L'Aventurine by Al Haramain. A lot of people say that one is pretty close as well, but do I really need to get closer than 95%? If you haven't tried it, give it a try. Pineapple, birch tar, sweet, fruity, a little bit of jasmine in the mid to clean it up, some vanilla in the base with a warmth from the amber. What a great scent, high compliment getter. And believe it or not, I've been getting a lot of compliments from this. Initially, I was a little apprehensive. I was like, I think I'm only going to be able to get compliments from Aventus, not its imitation. But believe it or not, this one does really, really well. Try it for yourself. Next one on this list is another scent that I can't go without in my collection. I'm actually wearing it right now. It's my scent of the day. And there's something about this scent in terms of its sweetness, in terms of the spices that are in here that give it this almost oriental feel, pardon my use of that word, but that's the best adjective that I can think of to describe it. Kind of like an Eastern vibe, but it has vanilla in here. It has a warmth to it. It has a sensuality to it. And this is one that I love to wear in a suit and tie. It speaks volumes in terms of how I feel, and I love being represented by this scent. This one is by Tom Ford, and it's called Noir Extreme. Definitely give this one a try. You could find this at Macy's. You can find it at Sephora. What a spectacular scent, and one of the best offerings, if not the best offering, on the men's side for Tom Ford. And I'm a huge Tom Ford advocate and fan. I love Great Vetiver. I love the original. I love so many of his private blend fragrances. I don't think there's a single private blend that I didn't care for. Overall, this is probably my favorite on the men's side in the designer realm. And here we have it. We are down to, oh my God, we are down to the top 3, and we're going along with that black and gold theme. And this one is yet another new release, and actually it does remind me a little bit of Armani Code Profumo. So you don't need both. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Should you buy this because it's higher up on my list? Not necessarily. I put it higher up on my list because it's a little bit sweeter, and I like sweeter fragrances because I think they're conducive to you getting more compliments. But again, I'm leaving it up to my subscribers. This one by Paco Rabanne is the best version of 1 Million, and it's called 1 Million Privé. It is the second Privé fragrance in this list. This one smells like pure Havane mixed with Armani Code Profumo, mixed with the original, mixed with another Guerlain fragrance that I absolutely love. Definitely give this a shot, even if you weren't a fan of the original. If you tried the original a while back and you said, I don't like it, it smells like bubblegum, smells like this, smells like that, give this one a shot. Very different, very different. Getting into my top 2 now. It's a scary thing for me. It's a scary prospect to think of all of these fragrances. I picked these 2 to represent in my top 3 of all time, but listen, they have the history, I have the experiences, I've commemorated a lot of really great occasions with them. I actually wore this fragrance along with Creed Aventus on my honeymoon. So every time I go back to this, it reminds me of being on a cruise with my wife, going to the Bahamas, having drinks by the pool, having drinks on the beach, just relaxing, getting massages, getting a spa. I mean, listen, fragrance is so personal and it's so subjective. And that's why I need to make that disclaimer at the beginning of my video. These are fragrances that I love, you know? These are the best of the best in my eye and in my mind. So this one by Guerlain is called L'Homme Idéal. Think of a powdery, chocolatey fragrance with almond and some sensual woods in the base. I'm just gonna leave it at that because it doesn't matter how much more I say about it, it really doesn't do the scent justice. I'm excited to try the parfum version of it. I haven't. I bet you I will like it even more than this one. And then we are down to my number one. This has been a tried and true fragrance for me. It's a staple in my collection. I have had it for many, many, many years. It has been reformulated since. I have my pre-formulation bottle here, and I love wearing it, but I do wear it not as often as I used to back then when I first acquired it, but nonetheless, I still love the smell. I have been wearing a lot of fragrances in its place though, and this one is, once again, one of my most complimented scents, but it's a very personal scent, and I marked my early 20s wearing this scent. This one by Viktor and Rolf is called Spice Bomb, and it's even more popular today than it was when it came out. As a matter of fact, it's more popular today than it's ever been. You have spices, you have cinnamon, you have orange, you have some other citrus, you have pink pepper, you have this rosy quality about it. It's sensual, it's deep, it's warm, it's a compliment getter, it's conducive to just really, really great scenarios and making you approachable in front of other people. It's a fantastic, fantastic scent. I even love the bottle. I know some people say it's kitschy. Some have given it a free pass, but I think it's such a cool bottle. And yeah, I just love this fragrance. So guys, thank you so much for tuning into my list. This has been my Black Tie Affair list. These are the top 10 designer fragrances that I am most excited about wearing in the fall of 2016. And a lot of these are even gonna carry over into the winter season. So thank you all so much for watching. If you own or have tried any of these scents, let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Also, if you are excited about wearing a fragrance that I have not mentioned in this list, I would love to hear from you what it is. Leave a comment down below. And also, please don't forget to subscribe for future videos, top 10s, giveaways, unboxings, and a lot of other fragrance-related content. So remember, I smell well so you can smell good. Love one another, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.